Morning. Blake, welcome in. Anybody else that's tuning in? No gear getter time. It's Tuesday. What's up, y'all? Nala is going to join us for some movement. We're going to go ahead and start with the hips because my hips aren't lying and they are stiff. I've been doing a lot of traveling, and by a lot of traveling, just meaning just been sitting on an airplane and kind of relaxing for the past week. Had a little vacation. And if that sounds like you, whether you've been traveling or not, or maybe you will be traveling, hips take a lot of damage, right? Sitting position, we don't want to spend too much time in that. So we're going to try and attack them today right away. We're going to go right into a couch stretch. We're going to open up in hip extension. So let's think about what sitting is, right? Sitting is going to be a lot of hip flexion, like a squat, right? But those muscles are going to get really tight. We want those extensors to open up. So let's go ahead and get our knee as close as you can to any object, wall, right? Maybe you have something close by. And you get that knee as close as you can. Come down to a lunge position. And then from here, just squeeze the glutes. And then we're just going to go ahead and move forward and back. Make it dynamic. Get a few reps here. And then once we're done with that, we're going to change the spine position and see how that affects the hip. So again, squeeze. Foot is locked in front. A few more reps. Now let's just go ahead and change the spine position. Let's come forward and see if we can drop our hip into more extension. So notice as I dropped my spine, the hip was able to follow me into that position. And now we're really reaching for that hip extension. And I can really feel the front of my hip stretching out. Again, squeezing. Take your hands, walk them in that forward trunk position, torso position, and then walk them away from the knee. So if you notice, I'm from here and walk away. Again, opening a little bit differently. Taking a big breath, going a little wiggle, squeezing my butt. And then lastly, walk your hands and bring them towards the forward knee, a little bit of rotation. And again, just making it that dynamic and making it quick. Come out of that, wiggle out, take a lap. Perfect. Now, let's come back. Let's get the other leg. So again, knee as close as you can be to the wall, whatever you got. The closer it is, the harder it's going to be or the more tension you'll feel. Become upright, squeeze that glute. And then from here, again, a few reps forward and back. Make sure you're breathing with this. Good. After we finish a few reps here, again, just developing a little bit of familiarity with the body, waking up, right? But reminding it that, hey, we have hip extension. We love hip extension. Let's go ahead and go with hands down, trunk forward. So again, now I can really drop that hip, squeeze. Good. Now walk the hands away, squeeze. Keep that forward knee locked in. Good. Now walk the hands toward the knee, add a little rotational aspect. And again, all you're doing here is kind of giving the hip a different look every time, right? It's like trying to make sure it doesn't see the same thing every time. It doesn't see the same angle. It doesn't see the same tension. And again, that's what our body needs in order to create change. Now come up out of that. And again, all we're looking for is a little bit of stimulation, right? Perfect. Now let's go ahead and take it down to both knees. And let's work a little bit of a reverse or a kneeling hip extension. We're going to go ahead and get our hands behind us. But then from here, I want you to squeeze the hips and open up the chest. So now we're allowing the full body to extend towards the anterior chain, right? The front side of the body. Open up that chest. Take a big breath, pushing the hips forward. Getting some quads now, mid-quad. Perfect. And once we come out of that, take a second and let's go world's greatest here. So now what we've done is we've created a little bit of a dynamic aspect, right, with the couch stretch. We've gone to a little bit of a static aspect, quick 30-second hold in that kneeling position. And now let's make it static, but also with an active hold. We're going to go ahead and start left foot forward, right foot back, hand down, equal position. Now, what I'm trying to do here is focus on getting that back leg as straight as I can. Once I'm here, again, I'm going to just kind of move around and search for hot spots. Once I find one, as long as it's not painful, but it's a nice stretch, I'm just going to hold that. Take a second, take a breath. And I'm really emphasizing trying to pull that knee away from the ground by squeezing the hips. Take one more big breath with me. Go ahead and shut that one down. Let's get to the other side. So again, adding a little bit more of an active hold here. Right foot forward, left foot back, hand is down, squeeze, hold, and breathe. Both hands can be inside the leg. Pull that knee away from the ground. Come on. Straighten that back leg as best as you can. Last breath here. Shut it down and stand all the way up. All right. So let's emphasize and let's talk about what we went through just now. Remember, we just went through a lot of hip extension, okay? And we went through it dynamically to begin, right? Just reminding the hip and the area what we need to do. Then we went to a little static stretch in a kneeling position. And then we put it all together and kind of created something a little bit more difficult, right? I want you to use that same concept moving into any time that you feel like you need to mobilize another area of the body. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and work it with the neck and the shoulders now. So we're going to finish off with this, a little bit of upper body stuff. Again, traveling, upper back could be stiff. Posture's probably not the best, right? Spending time looking down at your phone. So let's go ahead and remind ourselves that we need to be open and we need to breathe. Now, we'll go to a kneeling position, make it a little bit more relaxing for us. And let's make it dynamic. So let's go ahead and just go with a slow circle, chin down, and draw the head around. And you can keep the same direction. We're not going to think about any cues, any tips, really anything. We just want to move and listen to what our body's telling us. Getting a few cracks and crunches here, that's all right. Switch directions for me. Making it dynamic. Good. And really, it's just like a global rotation, but you're taking your head through really all of its movement patterns. Now, once you're done with the few there, remember we went dynamic first on the couch stretch, and then we went to a little static. So we're going to go scalene stretch. Scalenes are going to be right here on the side of the neck. What you're going to do is take your left hand onto the right side of your head and just slowly pull across. If you want to add a little bit more, take that right hand and try and reach to the opposite side. See how my hand's trying to sneak out over here? Perfect. Again, pull as you reach across, and I'm opened up that range for the scalenes to stretch. Now breathe through this. Good. Big breath again. Last one. Reach further. Pull a little tighter. Slowly release both. Good. Now take right hand. Pull on the left side of the head. Slowly pull across. Take a breath here first before we reach. Good. Another breath. Opening up that cavity. Channel your breath into that area where the scalenes are stretching. Now take that left hand, reach across. So now we've kind of given ourselves more area to work with here. Incorporating that lateral chain of the body, that frontal plane. Good. Last one. Now here's what we're going to do to finish it off. We're going to go to a quadruped position. So that's all fours, right? I always use my fists. You can always use that flat hand. It's really not a huge deal here, but activate the toes. Knees should be under the hips. From here, we're going to try and incorporate the upper neck, which is going to be our trapezius, and how it really has a lot to do with our shoulder blades and how they move. So we're going to try and go through some shoulder scapular circles in this quad position, but we want that to be the only thing that is working. So try and keep your head in line with your spine. We're going to try and just press our way away from the ground. Again, chest away. Notice how my back, upper back specifically, is rounded. Let's go ahead and just try and raise the shoulders into our ears. Drop the chest, shoulder blades come together. Pull the shoulder blades down. Press the chest away. So notice I just made a circle, right? Let's come back down again. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. It's okay if the other parts of your body are moving. We're just trying to prevent that from happening. Shoulders to your head. Press the chest away and pull down. Good. Work through this on your own and just try to really disassociate the rest of your body. Awesome. Let's go through one more rep here together. Dropping the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades. Shoulders are in my ears. Pulling them down, pressing away, and pulling them back up. Awesome job, y'all. All right. So just to wrap it up, remember, little travel care, no gear get up, if you will. Spending a lot of time sitting and again, a lot of time in a bad postural position. We just need to kind of remind our body, hey, this is what it's like, and this is where we need to be most of the time. So attacking hip extension and a little bit of that shoulder and neck care. Again, my name is my name is not No Gear Get Up. My name is Coach Jeremy. Thank you for joining us on No Gear Get Up. We'll see you guys next time on Thursday, or boot camp tomorrow, or recharge break tomorrow as well. Later, y'all.